So it has been some time since we last settled down to play LCS the night before Zerfall's charity stream.
Yes.
And that's not the footage that any viewer will get to see because it's effectively been never recorded, other than like
Yes.
a minute and 16 seconds of it or
It,
something.
it didn't happen. Essentially, I did not upload a video that was, I think, about 36 seconds
Okay.
of me saying, "All right, well, let's get going," and then clicking the button that says clicking the like hitting enter because I thought, oh, I need to hit any button to start our liberal agenda, which it isn't actually even showing me here, but let's do that.
It just assumes you know at this point, I guess.
Yes.
What is it? Yes, and it was our most intense, most successful, most vibrant session yet. Bobo and I had to be supercharged for Zerfall's charity stream, so we were awake late at night. It was all sorts of energetic and fun commentary. I'm not even
Yep.
being facetious. It was a
No,
gem.
we stayed. It was an extra long session. We stayed up extra late because we were
I
trying to get our circadian rhythms sort of knocked off that just little extra bit so that we would be in the proper shape to sort of be on point all night long and into the morning for
I, re-
Zerf stream.
I remember saddening you a few times by bringing up awful moments of your life.
Yes, it was a particularly poignant one. There were times when I was clearly just stopped, and I couldn't even bear to go forward. But let's see. In actual practical terms of things that are different from now between the last time, obviously some time has passed. We have a moderate chunk of money, but let's review our squads. Let's review all of our active liberals. You'll notice the number is different. We have recruited a couple of people. We recruited another liberal judge as a sleeper agent so that we'd have a full complement of 4. I think I'd miscounted previously. And
Let's
we.
cycle through them all so that we can see what everyone's up to and how everyone
Sure.
is these days. Sally's got over 200 juice now, but still no crimes attached to her name.
That's true. That's right. You guys missed you missed the magic and the appreciation that Grimith finally had because I had an extra guy out there earning juice. So finally Sally Baker leveled up again and experienced beautiful juice osmosis.
Juice osmosis, yes. And a tailoring of close to 13 she has.
Yes, she spent a lot of time lately just crafting various outfits so that I can go to most but not all places that I would want to um, without without being noticed. Generally speaking, because everyone else has such disguise skill. Also, Logan West is wanted
Logan,
for murder.
400 juice. So he's wanted for murder along with the rest of the troublemakers because during one of the numerous visits Bobo had to AM radio, uh, he tarried a little too long, and there was a chase sequence, our first chase sequence of the entire series.
The
Uh,
first chase sequence, also the first appearance of the Conservative Crime Squad.
it was a bunch of country boys, hicks, and yokels, which will appear if you dally at the AM radio station for too long. That's the assault that shows up. Um, Now, none of Bobo's troublemakers were armed with ranged weapons to combat these folks.
No, we've all been
Thankfully,
learning martial arts.
yes.
We're pretty good at it. Well, we have martial arts of 6, which is sounds about right. I think our martial arts teacher had a martial arts skill of 7, so that's probably
Yes.
about where people are going to top out.
However, thankfully, the folks who were chasing after the troublemakers also didn't have any ranged weapons. They had torches and pitchforks.
Yes.
So there was an extendedly prolonged chase sequence due to Bobo's terrible drivers, at which point a stall vendor got ran over,
Yes.
thus leading to people being wanted for murder.
When really that's vehicular manslaughter. Let's be honest.
That's
We didn't
those
intend to
damn conservative bastards.
we didn't intend to murder that guy. I mean, we didn't murder that guy. We didn't intend to kill him. So Pedro here has maxed out in martial arts because you know.
He doesn't have the power of juice osmosis to carry him.
He doesn't. He does have a semi-auto because I have been keeping all of the sort of squeaky clean civilians that are hanging out at the base just to learn stuff. I've been giving them weapons just in case somebody comes in, they'll be able to defend themselves from afar. Courtney Hudson, of course, now also wanted for murder. Ooh, and she has a law skill. I haven't been checking their law skills, but yeah, everybody has reasonable law skills now. 7.9, 8.
Thanks to the grand orgy porgy of teaching that everyone is doing, and me being like, why don't you teach everyone law? That way you can fuck with some juries, or just in case you get arrested and don't break them out of jail.
Yes. Also, you will notice that people have some odd numbers of psychology skills. We went and recruited a psychologist, so that if we ever find ourselves in need of kidnapping someone, we'll be totally fine and able to do that. Valeria here, no juice, so not topped out in any particular thing. She's a very good teacher, though. I think she's been teaching everybody computers, and she doesn't have that great a computer skill, so...
I think she was the basis for, computer knowledge before she got sprung off into something else.
I may want her to teach teaching, actually, depending on how well any... Well, I mean, it would accelerate the process of all the other skills that are getting taught around now. Yeah, I think... okay.
So we have a transient here
who's a very charismatic transient.
Yes. I was trying to remember whether there was a specific purpose behind why she got recruited, other than I'm like, why don't you go after different liberals? And you picked up a transient, and it turned out they weren't that bad. So
yeah, no, I mean, Tabitha doesn't have a lot of super stellar skills, but I mean, an intelligence of 7, an agility of 7, that's good. It's not great. But she hasn't been out yet, but she might be the kind of person that gets called in to be sort of a backup squad person later on if somebody ends up in bad shape. Maya Riffle, our most charismatic and
intelligent.
This charismatic and intelligent liberal that we have, 59 years old, with an amazing disguise skill, amazing persuasion. She's been the person that's been allowing us to basically go where we want and bluff our way out of any combat.
Yes, the enemies are constantly fooled and depart when confronted with Maya Riffle.
Yes. Also, you will notice that on our list of charges here, we now have releasing prisoners as a charge. Because, no, not Nikki, not Rosemary. Although Rosemary is out there jamming...
Yes.
So that she can earn amazing music skill. So if I ever need to convert someone using guitar playing, that could be a thing.
Ezra is the one. He
yes.
he got caught while drug dealing, but it wasn't by a death squad officer because the laws have changed. More on that in a bit.
Yes.
So Bobo actually had Ezra surrender to the police, and then the troublemakers broke Ezra out and managed to extract themselves.
Yeah. And now, if I'd wanted to wipe Ezra's whole record clean, I could have waited until he was tried and found guilty and gone into prison.
He would have needed to be found not guilty. If you broke him out of prison, then he'd still be wanted for escaping prison, which he is now.
Yes, he would be wanted for escaping prison. He wouldn't have the drug dealing charge on there. But considering that's the only thing that he had on his record, I'm not as worried about all of that. Now, why don't you... Oh, okay, you have a small amount of martial arts skill. Not that I'm going to have you do a lot with that. Rowan Dench here. This is another person with super high heart, so you're also out there learning the ropes of music, I think. Out there performing. Gula Adamson, our black belt instructor, and he has a martial arts skill of 7, so he's the one that's been teaching everybody. Also, his teaching skill is now maxed out.
At 5.
At 5, yeah, he's not the smartest black belt, but he is pretty charismatic. No, I was transposing the strength and charisma numbers there. He's not especially charismatic.
I was like,
But he's got a lot of health, he's got a lot of agility, and he's got a lot of strength. He would be good muscle if, we need him to sort of fill out the ranks of a squad later on.
He's pretty filled out. And then you have Percival, the dancer, who is also wanted for murder. The newest member of the Troublemakers, who does not have the 400 juice everyone's at.
I mean, 350, he's still got some pretty daunting stats here. He's got super high health, agility, heart, and strength, and charisma, really. These guys are, I guess, vandalism. Yeah. They don't do that much other than disturbing the peace. They just walk in, they interfere with... and here's the liberal judge that has been teaching everyone law. So theoretically, everybody should be able to get at least an 8 in law, but I think Andy Miyamoto only started doing that fairly recently. And then Elmer
Glue here.
Yes.
I suppose he's also 29 like Percival is, and also has 350 juice like Percival does. Forgot about Elmer here.
These are the New Mutants, and
they're not mutants. A dying breed, folks.
That's another... Okay, yes. But Elmer Glue, and then Enrique Black, the psychologist that we just brought on. I was going to say hired, but no, we're not actually paying Enrique.
The reason why folks say a dancer are quality, it's because of what they're guaranteed to have attributes-wise. All dancers are guaranteed to have an agility of 10, a health of 10, and a strength somewhere between 4 and 10, as well as starting off in the young adult category. The skills they'll have, they're not that useful. There's the mandatory art and music. They could have something else. Black belts, of course, are guaranteed to have high agility, high health, high strength, with some hand-to-hand and teaching.
Now, hang on a second. Tabitha, why are you... Okay. Oh, that's fine. I guess you can get... Is it Pedro? Are you the one doing the wrong thing? No.
Bobo's been fairly active, but towards the end, we allowed some time to pass because he had done such a great impact of the issues and just allow the teaching osmosis to take effect.
Yeah. So basically, I'm at a point now where, the only real money that we've got coming in, Sally is selling t-shirts, and they are, at this point in time, with her tailoring skill, those are t-shirts that can change the world.
They're liberally embroidered shirts that can impact issues.
Yes. But really, the real money that we're making here is entirely off of Ezra Blanchard selling brownies. But that alone is probably not going to cover the fact that I now have 2 different people attending classes in the university district. I need to see here, what is it that Maya is learning? I think she's learning dodge, because she has an agility of 15.
Maybe. You've had, your folks learn, a variety of different things, whether it was driving or first aid, or could be dodge. What's her dodge at? 1.16? Maybe.
That would be... Well, let's see. The other one attending classes right now is...
Percival.
What does Percival know? Percival has no dodge, so he's not the one learning that. I think Percival actually is the one learning. Is taking driver's ed.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think Percival is the one taking driver's ed. I think he has the highest driving skill out of the entire crew here.
He does.
Yeah, I think I had him off doing driver's ed so that I wouldn't be quite so afraid of doing erratic maneuvers, and if I did, I wouldn't end up being wanted for another count of murder.
Yes.
Now,
so how about that status of the liberal agenda? Currently, police regulation is conservative instead of arch-conservative. That takes out death squad officers from the equation. Nuclear power and pollution are both conservative instead of arch-conservative. Mutants will no longer spawn. Gun control is conservative instead of arch-conservative. It changes the availability of guns and their legality.
Yeah.
The tax structure, I don't know whether that has any mechanical impact, maybe on like the CEO castle, the bouncy castle, or corporate HQ.
Who knows? Maybe it has some very small effect on your monthly expenses or something. Gun control is the one of the, well, I guess pollution and nuclear power work against us in the sense that we can't find mutants anymore. Gun control works against us in that I do not have an anti-aircraft gun at my primary base here, the Saxe-Coburg Gotha pet store.
But now you could still get one, but the price has changed. You can take a look at that.
It's no. Let's Z button. The Z.
Yeah.
So next location, yes. So if I invested in this place,
it's no longer a wonderful, perfectly legal $35,000.
Yes. Now $200,000. So
to install and conceal the illegal anti-aircraft gun.
Yes. Now, 12 days of food. I thought I had bought more rations than that, and we haven't been under siege yet.
Well, you've bought more rations, but you've also gotten more people.
I suppose that's true. I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. I don't think we'd ever be besieged for that long for our first siege. I mean, we could be, and I could look quite foolish if that ends up happening. Let's take a look at how much heat we have. We have no heat at all.
Yeah, you've allowed, there's been quite a bit of time that's passing, and so any heat you've had has dispersed.
Well, this is the beginning of February. Let's see, let's just let a couple days pass and see how much money we are losing doing all of this education.
Practically none.
Not that bad. We can do a slow trickle like this.
I believe we have been doing a slow trickle like that. Something you might want to do is run a poll. Run an opinion poll. Show the viewers what the issues are standing at right now.
Sure, why not? Let's find...
Although, hell, if I remember who your best computer person is right now.
Well, and now that I'm thinking about it, what is Rowan Dench supposed to be teaching if he's teaching covert ops? Rowan, what is your skill that you were trying to show everybody?
Baby.
Are you trying to teach everybody teaching? Is that what's going on?
Covert ops.
Yes, in covert ops.
Stealth. Maybe he was trying to teach everyone stealth.
Yeah, some stealth. That's
well, I mean, that's 4 stealth compared to the staggering amount of stealth you've displayed throughout this game so far. So
yeah, you know. Like I feel like anybody else ought to be. Yeah, okay. So Rowan, we need to figure out a way to put you to work and make us some money. But first, oh yeah, what the hell are you doing teaching? Rowan, you're supposed to be the one that's out there selling music. You have the amazing Rowan.
But you must have had him teaching that to teach everyone stealth.
I guess so.
That's the only logical explanation.
All right, Rowan. First, let's have you engage in some liberal activism and search opinion polls. You don't have the best computer score, but you have some computer score. So let's see what happens.
A +5 margin of error. Plus -5.
Okay. But you can see we haven't done much to move the needle on the death penalty or free speech, which is very unfortunate because free speech is the one thing that I am most interested in advancing the cause of.
Bobo has not set up the Liberal Guardian yet because he doesn't want to be assaulted by the firemen who will come burn his place down with flamethrowers because he's a wussy who doesn't really believe in change.
Yes. I'm a wussy who doesn't believe in getting burned.
That's fair. That's fair.
I would rename all of my liberals Kane.
He hasn't, Bobo hasn't gone out to influence the issues for a while. but the issues that he was able to impact, by talking at AM radio, they're still going strong.
Yeah. You can see 100% of people here abhor genetically altered food products, and they care a lot about it. So, if we ever get a referendum on that, that might be something that would move a little bit.
But this is a fine demonstration of the issues you have affected by talking in the radio booth.
Yes, like people's opinion of AM radio itself. And cable news, even though I have not been to the cable news station for more than a moment or two at any given time, because I didn't have fancy suits, and I had completely forgotten that you can use a security uniform to go into the AM or the cable news station and use that as a disguise. But,
Learning.
Yeah. Learning, recalling. Let's do another day because we didn't get everything. No? Still not getting everything.
New jobs.
Oh no. Several major companies have announced at a joint news conference here. Oh, in Bridgeport. Okay. They'll be expanding their workforces. Oh no. We should see how that's going to change opinion on various economic and corporate issues. People still want to cut taxes. I guess I hadn't actually done very much regarding corporate malfeasance or CEO salaries, although people are disgusted by corporate malfeasance. It's taken a little bit of a ding there. It's not sort of in the 90s and 100s as so many other people's viewpoints and things there. Oh no, it's plummeting.
That's a huge error margin now, plus minus 11.
Okay. Well, I guess we've learned a little bit about. Hey, so what are you trying to do here? You trying to you trying to hop over onto a person's lap? Is that what you're doing? Okay, come on. There you go.
Kitten squad.
Liberal cat squad. So you've done enough gathering opinion info, Rowan. Why don't you do some legal fundraising and play some street music with your sweet guitar? Now, if we do that, is that going to be the difference? Congress is acting on legislation.
However, thankfully, it is once again just joint resolutions for liberal things instead of making things more conservative.
Yes. We did lose a little bit this month, but really not that much. And let's see here. Yeah. Getting him to sell music is going to... Let's let a month go by doing this. You have a law score of 8 now, Logan.
Yep, Logan's law ticked up there. Mass shooting.
Oh.
Washington, D.C. Oof. A student has gone on a hurting spree at a local high school. Elena Clark, 19, used a variety of guns to scare more than a dozen classmates and 2 teachers at Powell High School. Clark entered the school while classes were in session, then systematically started breaking into classrooms, scaring students and teachers inside. When other students tried to wrestle the weapons away from her, they were unfortunately harmed as well. When the police arrived, the student had already hurt some people. Elena fell deeply asleep shortly afterwards. Investigators are currently searching the student's belongings, and initial reports indicated that the student kept a journal that showed she was disturbingly obsessed with guns and death.
Oh no, she feel sleepy. She feel asleep. It's
deeply asleep.
It's Metal Gear times. Well, okay. Now, from a game mechanics standpoint, this is a positive. Obviously, from a, reality of the world, if it were this game, this would be a tragedy.
Unfortunately harmed.
Yes. It would be unfortunately harmful. Let's let another month go by. Congress is acting on more legislation.
Again, all liberal resolutions. So nothing will happen, but nothing's going to backslide.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and review what everybody is looking like, what everybody's doing. Maya, you're still attending classes. You were learning dodge. How good is your dodge now?
She must have not been learning dodge because it's the exact same.
It is the exact same. Okay, what the heck were you learning? Oh, I bet she was learning first aid. because she has a 7.3 first aid skill, and nobody else has anywhere close to that.
That must have been like whenever you spent the month-long adventure to heal Ezra.
Yeah. I mean, Valeria was one of the folks doing that, and she managed to almost get up to a 4. But yeah, no, Maya was learning first aid. Okay.
All right.
I
You have
mean,
a dedicated person to disseminate the first aid knowledge.
yes. Percival, how good are you at driving now? You have a score of 6.32 in driving. That's not half bad.
Now, you can make sure to make him the designated driver.
Yeah, that would probably be worth doing. Although I think it will default to the person with the best driving skill. But
yes, but do you really wanna leave that to chance?
Let's go into
Hell,
the
you could
vehicles
even
here.
buy them their own car so that they're not sharing it with Sally.
Well, I might buy a different car for Sally, or go steal a different car for Sally, because we've got a sports car here that will also add that will somehow make you better at driving.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah. So let's see here.
Although it is beige.
Let's see. Press the number. So capitalize the letter to designate a driver.
So yeah,
It
it's
is
capitalize A, like Shift A, and then hit the number 5.
A5. You are the okay.
It will give him the D.
Yes. Now he's got the D. It's all about that. Okay. I'm tempted to let another month go by and let people get even better at stuff, but now that I know that nobody's learning dodge, I feel suddenly
empty inside.
Yeah, like I feel like somebody should have been learning how to dodge stuff. Who has dodge skill right now? That's not the way I'm going to find out. Dodge everywhere. A dodge. Courtney Dawson has a dodge skill of 2, I think, because she got. No, it wasn't her.
For a brief moment of time, she may have been out there playing dodgeball.
Yeah.
2. She's your best at a whole 2.
And we have one other person that had a skill of 2, Elmer here.
Elmer.
But he also has a max of 15, so does anybody have a higher base than Percival? But what did I have Percival already out there doing? Percival the
driving.
Dancer. Yeah. You're still learning how to drive, so maybe I'll let someone else.
Oh, maybe you could have Percival start trying to teach everyone how to drive should something happen to Percy.
Yeah, I could. That would cost probably slightly. No, I think it costs the same to teach infiltration skills as it does to go to the university district. Let's see. So, Courtney, what are you doing right now, Courtney? You're writing letters. Mm-hmm. You can be doing something more useful than that, Courtney.
Yes, you had folks slowly working on their writing skill for the glorious time when you would finally unleash the Liberal Guardian.
I'm thinking I'll unleash the Liberal Guardian. I might unleash the Liberal Guardian like closer to November. Like not in November, but like maybe in later on in the year.
I get it.
If we're gonna try and balance out a risk reward ratio here. But let's go ahead and have you learn in the university district. Why don't you
go play dodgeball?
Take some gymnastics. There we go. And Percival, you know what? You keep learning how to drive well. You're not the best you can be at driving yet. So, that having happened, let's skirt through the month of May here. We're still earning money. This is amazing. Congress is acting on legislation. Not much is going to happen. Nope. Okay. So.
Still treading water here.
Well.
But slowly escalating. Crime of hate.
Oh no. Eileen Kilborn, a known sexual deviant, was burned alive here yesterday. A police spokesperson reported that 4 suspects were apprehended after a high-speed chase. Their names have not yet been released. Witnesses of the freeway chase described the pickup of the alleged murderer swerving wildly, throwing juice boxes at the pursuing police cruisers. The chase ended when the suspects ran out of gas, at which point they were taken into custody. Nobody was seriously injured during the incident. Authorities have stated they will vigorously prosecute this case as a hate crime due to the aggravated nature of the offense, even though being gay is deviant, as we all know. Okay.
As we all know.
I don't even know what they like. Sometimes the censoring is so effective and so thorough that I don't really get what it is that they were trying to go for. I don't know what juice boxes translates to in this particular instance.
Perhaps it's for the best. That's successful censorship there. They did a good job, right?
Oh, Logan just bumped up to a 7 in writing. Nicely done.
The Supreme Court is handing down decisions.
Now, this we weren't going to be able to affect anyways. Fight political corruption, yeah. It's a split.
But at least they weren't decisions that made things more conservative.
Yeah. Changing of the guard. No, not just yet. We still have a...
It's better that Walter McDonald, the arch-conservative, is stepping down.
Yes, it's true. But the Honorable Mike Rehnquist... Oh, Rehnquist is back in the court. Congress is acting on legislation. Torture is cool. Okay. I mean,
You gotta stay cool for the hot month, Bobo.
That's right. The hot month of June. Oh, boy. We are getting up to the time where I might want to... maybe in July... July, maybe is when...
Are you gonna bust into election cycle mode?
I especially do not enjoy having the firemen in there, because they burn down all the walls, which means that they can't... Yes, it means that I have increased freedom of movement, but it also means that those herpaderp enemy units will just sort of wander around all over the place and never actually get around to stumbling into traps because they're not set in a place where they have to walk through them.
But you can lurk by those traps and wait for them to inevitably stumble into them.
I mean, you can.
Yes.
It never feels like that's the way that it works out, but
greater freedom of movement is important so that you're not trapped in your own building.
Let's review everybody one more time, since there's been another month of things happening. How good are you at dodging now? Wow, from a 2 up to a 5. That's an amazing 1 month's difference. Like, that's not a ton of dodge, but if I am thinking about getting people out and onto the scene again, I might want to actually have Courtney here teach that little amount of dodge to everybody, just so that they have some baseline to work with. Or even if I'm not sending them back out on the scene, if we are tempting fate and tempting firemen to get here, I might want to have them have some amount of dodge skill. Fire is hard to dodge, I guess, but they could at least try. Alright. Let's activate liberals then, and Courtney, I would like you to teach other liberals. Yes, teach them about urban warfare, which is going to take... Let's go on an adventure. Teach them about urban warfare. Good times. Now, we're still making money. Okay, never mind. Let's do a month of learning how to dodge.
Oil crunch. OPEC cuts oil production sharply in response to a U.S. foreign policy decision.
Oh no. I'm sure I have no idea. Let's see. There's a month gone by. Congress is acting on legislation. You forget about your workers' rights.
Just to protect workers' rights.
Well, I mean,
that happening.
Yeah, I do understand that in theory we've been lucky that nobody's voted. No bills have come up to backpedal on any of the things that we have clawed up. But I mean, the numbers are the odds are with us right now. That if you just picked any one or two things out of this list, you would
Sure,
have to.
but in all of the congressional and in Supreme Court things that have popped up, not once has something popped up to go more conservative.
Yeah.
Obviously, when most things are arch conservative.
Oh, that's fair. Let's see here. I guess if it is July,
The election cycle is going to begin.
well, I mean, like July is when is when primaries and conventions and things start happening. So maybe this is when we got to do it.
Is it time for the Liberal Crime Squad to reactivate?
To start committing liberal crimes. Let's
If only Sally had been making expensive outfits.
Actually, yeah. What equipment do I have for the squad here? Oh, cheap suits.
You do have expensive dresses for everyone.
Yeah, so I could go to the cable news station. I think that was one of the things one of the last bits of business that got done before.
You also have some body armor, police body armor in varying qualities.
Yes, some of it is two-dimensional.
That's right.
Yeah, flat police body armor that we can just set in front of our torsos. So as long as people don't walk around us, we'll look totally disguised.
It vanishes.
Yes. Okay. Let's. You guys have cheap suits on. Maybe it would be a good idea to have. All right. Let's activate liberals. Anybody who is writing letters right now, I'm going to go ahead and make you start writing for the Liberal Guardian. Now, for some of these folks, that might not mean any actual difference. Wait, right. You know what? You know what I'm going to have to do first?
What? Actually purchase the
Gonna have to buy a printing press. Okay.
You're so skittish about wanting to do it.
You know, if these arch conservatives were actually smart, they would be carefully monitoring the purchasing of printing equipment and broadcast equipment if they were wanting to keep an eye out for this kind of horrendous crime. But let's go ahead and activate some liberals. Logan, no, you're not hacking networks. Write for the Liberal Guardian. Valeria, write for the Liberal Guardian. Who's that? Nikki? Yeah. Although he's probably not going to end up writing a lot. And Elmer, why don't you write for the Liberal Guardian? Now that you have such a strong writing skill.
Your other two troublemakers are Courtney and Maya, one of whom's teaching fighting and the other one's attending classes.
Yeah. So that shouldn't affect our bottom line. So if we continue to do just this for a month, who knows what'll happen?
Who knows?
I mean, we know the firemen are going to show up, don't we?
Maybe they won't. Maybe change will come.
Maybe change will come.
Maybe a proposition will come.
Maybe I really should have at least somebody not be inside this base, huh?
Maybe it's time to send Sally away.
Maybe it's time to send Sally away. It'd be nice for her to learn law and everything, but what if who is in this squad with Sally Baker? How do I
So hit tab to cycle between next squad. Hit 0 to go to the
0 to look at the full vote. Okay. I need to either disband this squad or put just Sally in it.
You can just peel the other people out of the squad.
Yeah, that seems like probably the best way to do it. Liberal Crime Squad.
The liberal crimeless squad.
Yes. Well, I mean, some of them are about to start committing crimes, so that's one of the things I want to be a little bit more concerned about. Nope.
A
Oh
little bit
no.
more conservative. Look what you've done to Elmer. Look what you've done. Look at it.
Sorry, Elmer. Get back into the troublemakers, please. Elmer, go back to your home.
This is your home.
Alright, why don't you go forth to stop evil in the industrial district? It has a 90% secrecy, so let's go to the homeless shelter.
The incredibly secret homeless shelter.
Well, I mean, no crime is going to happen here.
Buy a flag.
Yeah, buy a flag. It's patriotism. Also, come to think of it, if no crime is going to happen here, I really should take this 45 off of her and give it to somebody who can use it.
But it's legal for her to have it.
It's legal for her to have it, but if she's over here and no crimes are taking place, she doesn't need it. And there are people.
It's her God-given right to bear arms to protect herself.
Yes, I'm not gonna deny that point even a little bit, but I would like to give that 45 to somebody that might just be hanging out in the printing press area. All right, so I can't equip people without putting them into a squad, right?
Sure you can.
Oh. All right. Let's see. So Logan, I'm pretty sure you've already got. No. Oh, because you're actually in the squad. Let's give. Well, let's see here. Gyla, you're teaching fighting. Are you part of the squad? No, you're not part of the squad. Why don't you have a gun?
He's the black belt trainer.
Well, right, but he's not going to be using his kung fu if he's not part of the squad that's taking part in the raid.
You're right.
Let's make him an overall weapons master. Okay, so how do I equip this fool? Eula.
Not on this screen, by the looks of things. Go back a screen.
Let's see.
It might be when you go to activate people, there might be a way to like change their equipment. If you go to like select someone from here,
right.
Instead of having to put them in the squad, I'm sure that equip this liberal E.
Equip this liberal E. That's an interesting place for that to go, but all right. Cool.
Hey,
You've got some.
It exists.
Yeah. No, I mean that it can be done, and I don't have to worry about setting all of that up again. Sally, why don't you just sit there and continue to osmose juice while these fine folks.
Well, you do have her doing nothing.
That's true. Since she moved, she's not even making her mind-blowing liberal T-shirts. Oh man, look at people. They're leveling up. They're learning things. They're growing.
Now, for the first special issue of the Liberal Guardian.
Next month.
What loot will you give them?
Loot, aim radio files, loot, research files, loot. Wow, this is different. Let's go ahead and throw in with some AM radio files. I should have a lot of those.
The Liberal Guardian runs a story featuring AM radio plans planning to drum up a false scandal about a liberal figure. The major networks and publications take it up and run it for weeks. This is bound to get the conservative masses riled up.
Congress is acting on legislation.
Dun 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 dun.
Nothing.
And you'll continually see that same split that's popped up every single time.
Yes. Everybody who's arch conservative and can't be moved will continue to vote nay on these, and anybody that's sort of potentially wobbly will, at this point in time, see the writing on the wall.
The writing's not on the wall.
All right. Now, actually, why don't we, just for sake of illustration, take a look at how things are going right now. Logan, you're wanted for murder, but you're also wanted for 51 counts of harmful speech. No. Now, let's see. Do we have anybody that's not in the squad, Elmer? You're also wanted for murder.
So someone like Pedro or
Valeria.
Enrique, right? Yes.
Valeria, you are now wanted for 51 counts of harmful speech. I have besmirched your pristine criminal record.
Everyone who's been at the facility where the Liberal Guardian's been running.
Eula's not wanted for harmful speech. He has taken no part in this. He's just there while the press is running.
I'm not responsible.
No, I mean, Eula's very irresponsible.
I totally have been teaching these people how to defend themselves.
Next month, what are we going to do? More AM radio files? Should we do some,
Like, if you want to affect the AM radio, you can just go to the AM radio, but, like, you could do something else.
Could do the police records. Sure.
The Liberal Guardian runs a story featuring police records documenting a police torture case. The major networks of publications take it up and run it for weeks.
Congress! Let's take a look for that 220 and 55. There they are.
Bam.
We made a slight amount of money this month.
The 220 caucus.
Yes. Although we're gaining money again. Why did I think that we were losing it? I guess I hadn't processed in my mind the amount of money that we had lost from buying the press in the first place. Speaking of which, I have to imagine it's not going to be long now.
What's the heat like here?
Yeah.
How toasty is it?
Still
Perfectly
completely
fine.
untoasty.
Yeah, everything's great.
That tone of voice that you use the word "yeah" with has never been one that, and I apologize if this is offensive, but it's never one that I've felt that I trust.
What do you mean?
Judge Files.
The Liberal Guardian runs a story with evidence of a conservative judge taking bribes to acquit murderers. The major networks of publications take it up and run it for weeks.
Congress, the 220 caucus has 220 cocked us.
Nice.
And we're still earning money. Jeez.
How are the issues doing these days? I suppose that's worth checking. You could have Sally do it.
Yeah, Sally, sitting over at your, let's see, no, don't start hacking.
She's like, I'm ready to commit crime, but God keeps telling me no.
It's like that sort of funny ha-ha fourth wall breaking sequence from King of Chicago where he says, "You ever feel like there's two different choices you got and the fly keeps pointing to one or the other as soon as you're about to make your decision?"
Yes.
Yes, that whole thing. All right. Let's see. We've mentioned AM radio. We wrote a special about AM radio. Okay, we don't know what people think about AM radio.
You wrote a story about the judges and public interest in that is high.
Yes. And 100 people are for the 100% of people. 100 people are for the appointment of liberal justices. It's never going to happen. And then 97% were critical of the police, although interest in that has waned, I guess, since we wrote that special. All right, good job, Sally. Why don't you go back to making some fun shirts?
Now, I would ask whether you're actually going to get out there and go forth to stop evil, but the same people you have writing for the Liberal Guardian are the ones that you'd have going forth to stop evil.
Yeah. I think the worm has turned on public opinion generally right now. I mean, the primary thing I'm concerned about is that people are ready for a change in party among their elected officials because we've got an election coming up, and right now.
Take a look at L. Let's see where everyone stands. L.
Oh, okay. L.
Yes. There's your 220 caucus right there.
Yep. There's the 220 caucus. So let's wait a day. Go into the next month. Well, okay. Let's do those police records again. People didn't seem to really be captivated by those before.
The Liberal Guardian runs a story featuring police records documenting widespread corruption in the force. The major networks and publications take it up and run it for weeks.
The elections are being held today.
And
Meow.
the Liberal Party claims victory. 8 arch conservatives lost their senatorial positions. 1 conservative, 2 moderates, 4 liberals, and an elite liberal.
Yeah, that's
not an amazing stirring of public opinion, but there has been some change.
Not an overwhelming victory, but let's see what happens in the House. The House is a little more volatile. All right, got a lot of moderates in here.
The 220 caucus has been broken.
All right.
Arch conservatives and conservatives lost positions. 40 moderates, 33 liberals, and 7 elite liberals.
Uh-oh, important propositions. Well,
how do the people feel?
People want alternative energy sources. They protect workers' rights. Protect our environment.
No, the drug money, no!
It'll be okay.
The drug money!
Congress is acting on legislation. Now, how does this game work? In theory, if Congress was acting on legislation right now, it would be the previously elected officials, and these new guys wouldn't actually be on their benches until next January.
This game holds these Congress acting on legislation events far more than I remember prior versions of Liberal Crime Squad doing. This Isaac G. branch seems to have Congress active nearly all the time, which is a concept, to be sure.
Nope, and these guys took office immediately.
That's right. However,
speech, still arch-conservative.
However, these issues are getting past the president.
That's okay. We still made some money. Let's review our status of the liberal agenda.
Pollution, the first moderate issue.
Nice. Free speech, still arch-conservative, which means we are still tempting fate by running the Liberal Guardian.
The current, the House and Senate branches are overall conservative instead of arch-conservative, but change has occurred.
Yes. Let's, oh yeah, actually, I didn't get a good look at that. I should take a look. Yeah. It's a gradual softening.
55, yes, a softening rather than a staggering shift.
Yeah. Okay. Now, if I had been a little more aggressive, I'm sure I could have basically taken the entire, I could have taken Congress over completely in the amount of time that we had before these elections. But
one third of the Senate.
Yeah. So then, let's
the election cycle has ended.
The election cycle has ended. Let's take a look.
November 1st, bam, it's done.
Let's take a look at people's skills. You have a little bit of dodge now. Congratulations. Everybody should have a small amount of dodge. Except Courtney, who has a 5 in dodge. Everybody else should have about a 4, because that should be about how much she can teach. And that looks like it is all panning out. You're wanted for drug dealing. But you have a law skill of 8, which I find adorable. You should be able to talk your way out of being arrested for drug dealing on the spot. Actually, with that in mind, let's see. Everybody has a law skill that's either capped out or is around an 8. Considering Andy Miyamoto is the one that was teaching law, that's pretty much as far as we'll be able to go with that.
Yes.
So, Andy, you don't need to teach politics anymore.
He's like, what will I do with my life if I'm not teaching politics?
Oh, Andy, have you ever considered a career in writing?
Well, I've thought about it a few times.
Well, you're not that great at it right now, but hopefully you'll pick it up. You have more experienced newsmen behind you that will hopefully edit your copy.
You gotta keep trailblazing along.
I guess it would be weird to stop now, and it wouldn't actually stop the firemen from coming by, would it? I mean, they'd still be like, I know that you guys have written stuff. We just found where you are.
But I mean, you don't have any heat, do you? You haven't done anything to really upset the law.
I mean, we've done plenty of things to upset the law.
No one would suspect the Liberal Guardian being active in the Saxe-Coburg Gotha Penster.
I don't know that the firemen actually respond to heat. I thought that was just
I don't think so.
attention of the police. Like, that's literally the cops. That's not the conservative crime squad. That's not the firemen. That's not corporate mercenaries, which is another thing that I guess can happen to you if you cheese those guys off.
If only you had sleepers in Fireman HQ. That could inform you of upcoming assaults.
That sounds like a job for an infiltration squad, doesn't it? Where will the squad go? Let's go downtown to the Fireman HQ. Let's equip ourselves, because I think hanging out there in cheap suits probably not going to work out that well.
You gotta have everyone put on their bunker gear.
Yeah, where's our bunker gear? Oh.
C.
There it is. C1, IC2, IC3, IC4, IC5, IC6. Bunker gear. Let's go to Fireman HQ. Now we're going to have a few people that are not writing news.
Everyone except for Andy.
Troublemakers are at Fireman HQ. Hey, everybody.
Or, I mean, you could get a fucking janitor of the building. You don't even have to seduce a fireman.
I suppose that's true, but why don't I try? I should at least try and seduce a fireman, right? How many of you... Okay, you have a romantic interest. That could complicate things. You are very charismatic, but you don't have any seduction skill.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be true of a lot of these folks.
Yeah, as we've proven, like, seduction, it's not just the charisma, but a little bit of seduction, too, that matters for these checks.
Yeah. Although Logan is the only one that has a romantic interest to worry about. So let's talk to the fireman here. Well, who has the highest dating score? That is not... Yeah, Maya does. Of course Maya does. She is the most charismatic being on this planet. Maya, why don't you talk to this fireman in his 50s and strike up a conversation? Well, no. Let's drop a pickup line. What church do you go to?
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Oh, well, what about you, Mr. Fireman? Will you marry me?
No, I am your father.
Fine. Elmer, you don't have anybody under your tutelage yet. Why don't you talk to this janitor about politics? Do you want to hear something disturbing?
What?
Burning a piece of cloth. Everybody's ears perk up. Oh, burning? It's actually stigmatized in this country. You can love freedom and still hate what our government stands for.
Dear me, is there anything we can do?
As a matter of fact, there is. You could come by later tonight. We haven't actually done anything illegal yet. We just showed up in our fireman cosplay, and now we've done something illegal. Okay, now we're in here.
Now all is right with the world.
Picking up stuff that is of varying worths.
We've gone too long without you looting.
Yeah. I gotta pick up... It's been so long, I will pick up kitchen chicken. Oh, good. Bunker gear. That'll be handy to have. Hey, guys.
His klepto tendencies have fired. He needs to steal. A priest?
Yeah, that was a priest. I suppose
priest.
I suppose I could have tried to recruit him and had everybody learn religion. When is religion a useful stat in this game?
For when you're attempting to convert people and enlighten them.
Oh.
Conservatives can defend themselves using business, religion, or science.
Just lock this.
In the whole conversion game.
Unlock that door just because it's there.
Mhm.
Uh-oh. People are suspicious. Unlock that door because it's there. What a strange little room you have here, fireman. Alright. You guys are suspicious. I will leave you alone. I'm not here to cause you any trouble.
Yes, totally not here to cause any trouble, honest Indians.
No,
Keeley feels something needs to be done, damn it.
You know, for a person that I don't think has a profession that should have like sort of special stats, got pretty good stats. A high agility score, high intelligence, good heart.
The only thing hard coded for a janitor is that their age is mature and that they're receptive to conversation.
Let's share a documentary on the gay rights struggle with them. There you go. Now we can go for it to stop evil someplace else. Now you guys all have good law skill now, right? You do.
Yeah.
They do.
Andy Miyamoto made sure of that, damn it.
This is potentially the thing that you've been waiting for, I feel like.
Oh my goodness. Can dreams come true? Tuesday.
You know, I feel like I've kept you waiting long enough, although I've never done this, and so I'm concerned that things will get hairy really quick as soon as we go in and attempt to tamper with a jury. But
my nipples could cut diamonds right now.
Oh boy, let's go into the halls of ultimate judgment then, before things get too out of hand.
We've got more than enough hands for this.
Let's hey there, police officer. Everything is fine. Hey there, crackhead. Everything is fine. Nobody worry about anything. Hey, psychologists and lawyers, you guys are good fun. This is wired up to an alarm. That's fine. Let's go in.
Good fun.
Secretaries and lawyers. Let's pick this lock. Go in here. That is the only thing down there. I'm not even going to be smashing cases here. All I am attempting to do is steal a little bit. And
as you do.
Here is a jury. Now, look at all of our persuasion skills. Look at all of our law skills. They're so good, right? Everything is very good. Everybody knows all this highfalutin activity.
Yeah, you guys are really big. Really good, big deals.
Yes. Actually, Percival doesn't know that much about persuasion yet. And neither does Elmer. But they actually still have pretty good. They still have pretty good stuff going on. All right, let's use here. We found a jury in deliberations. Do we attempt to influence them? Sure. Maya Riffle works the room like in 12 Angry Men, and the jury concludes that sodomy wasn't really wrong here.
There you go. I think there's another jury to your right in a different room.
There is another jury, and since they weren't pissed off about it, they totally didn't sound an alarm.
Yeah, you totally didn't alienate everyone.
I was expecting that I was totally going to alienate everybody.
The locksmith.
Let's do this. Property destruction isn't wrong. No.
They were safeguarding a smartphone.
There you go. You know what? Okay. Everybody is starting to panic here. I won't even break those cases. I'll just leave. I'll go ahead and unlock this door. Because it's wired to an alarm, that's going to help with security.
Uh-huh.
Keely
Oh,
Buono is ready to fight for the liberal cause. Congratulations. Get started at Fireman HQ. Now then.
Now you make sure you tell us if something bad's gonna happen. If something bad happens and you never tell us,
That's
gonna
gonna
have
be
a bad time.
Yeah. Why don't be like that. Actually, let's check in on our sleepers. We haven't taken a look at our sleepers. Rudy Lakatos is beginning to get effective as a sleeper agent. Now
Yes, after so many months of those liberal judges keeping their mouths shut, people are starting to believe that they're not so liberal anymore.
And I mean, I'm not even like I'm probably never going to have them do anything because basically all you can have sleeper agents do is advocate liberalism. You can have them attempt to steal secrets, which we can go into the halls of ultimate judgment and find for ourselves, and embezzle money.
If you've got sleepers with juice who haven't been mentally fucked up and can advocate for the LCS, they can actually recruit.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well then. That might be something to investigate in the future. Well, geez, that was so much fun. I am going to go forth and going to go to the AM radio station, though, because let's not...
Don't want to do it too many days in a row.
Yeah. Now let's see. How well do I remember the way to the mic?
Yeah. And then after this, you could put on your expensive dresses and go to cable news.
That's right. Klepto the Vulture. That microphone was totally worth it.
I think Bobo the Klepto works better.
Could be. I was, as you mentioned, I think earlier when I started this session, I was sitting at home watching a series on Amazon right now called Dojo Pro, and because I mentioned them, they retweeted because it's like it's a new series on Amazon and it's a limited run and I imagine they're trying to drum up attention, so they retweeted it. Now I'm like, geez, now I need to try and get the hashtag Bobo the Dojo running. Anyways, let's interrupt this evening's broadcasting and talk about industrial pollution. It's the best hour of AM radio ever.
Just like old times.
That's right. And it's actually a little less like old times because there are so many fewer conservatives just hanging out here. But, of course, security guards still going to be an issue. So let's get Maya Riffle on point. Talk to the security guard. We totally belong here. Everybody else is frightened by how conservative Maya is. And they get out of there. Shrug. Alright, let's equip the squad in expensive suits. And expensive dresses. That's fine. Logan, have a dress. Damn it! That's right, I'm doing this again.
Just like old times.
It's faster than figuring it out. Now then, let's now that we've done that, let's go to the cable news station. That's going to be a new experience.
That's right, you gotta actually walk more than 4 steps through the door.
Hey guys.
This is just a hallway of dead-endiness.
Seems likely. The question is, which way is the dead end? This way.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since I played the game. There was a moment there where I didn't know whether or not my fingers were going to work in the proper sequence to make me move away from that group of people that were just hanging out, watching me attempt to steal stuff. All right, so nothing over here. We've not actually explored this area yet, so.
Nope, we have not.
It's gonna be
virgin territory.
It's gonna be a long quest to find out where the heck.
You're like a navigator from the 1500s and the 1600s, charting out territory. It's like you're playing. It's like you're really doing a co-op series with Zerfall, and you're getting on a boat.
Yes, and one of us is named Joao.
Mm-hmm.
Boy,
Okay.
this stage, not in a very advantageous place, is it?
No, no. Well, I mean, like, could be better. We'll see how deep it is.
I mean, I guess so. I hate spending this long in here, though.
It'll be fine. You're gonna alarm people anyway, right?
Well, I think at this rate, I want to do this particular go through as a scouting run.
Well,
I,
I mean, if you're going to alarm people anyway, right? Like,
I
although
mean,
this might be too far.
yeah,
Right? How many spaces does that get to move to? Oof.
yeah.
Ooh.
You have to dig your way deep.
This does sound like a good setup for you having to do chase sequences out of here.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that this time
Oh,
for sure. I
well,
might come back and revisit, and as now that I know sort of how to make a beeline there,
well, I mean, even if you make a beeline, that's so many squares that you have to move away that it
yeah.
seems likely that you're going to have to flee from police. Uh, the only way to change that would be to make it close down and force them to remodel it.
Hmm. Which would require multiple visits or
It,
murdering.
it would require one very strong visit. a stern, forceful hand.
Eh.
All dressed up for the Halls of Ultimate Judgment.
Well, you know, people are on trial here. May as well. That's
It might be quicker to go through here the other direction than this one, considering the placements of the two, like, jury booths, deliberation rooms.
I think any of these three can be. Um, I realize it's probably a faster direct route if it's like the
Hmm.
rightmost one there, but I'm thinking that for a quick exit, this one is the best.
Yeah, I'll I'll agree with that.
Oh,
Not in that room.
that's just a case in there. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just unlocked that so that people would
Hmm.
know I could.
Yes.
Let's influence you guys.
Mugging, totally justified.
Mugging's fine. And you guys are going to level up your law skill doing this.
It wasn't really wrong.
No, I mean, they beat someone up and took their property. What's the big crime here?
Jury, it's all about interpretation. Judges corrupting evidence.
Good. Have something for the remaining folks at home to write about. Let's influence you guys.
Assault? Nah.
I don't see
You
why you
see,
guys are
Bobo,
so
everything is
concerned.
great.
Hey, more corrupt evidence.
Yeah.
People are panicking. Okay.
Well, from this position, it might be quicker for you to just go up and to the right.
It is. Now, there is always the chance that we could fail at this door, and it will set off an alarm.
I mean, the odds of failure.
It only takes one.
Yeah,
One and done.
that's when you that's when you punch people out.
Yeah, it's true. I have some karate skills now, so that was nice. Let's go to the Halls of Ultimate Judgment again. I am enjoying swaying these people. Wow, look at all the loot in there.
Bobo the klepto.
I'm surprised I mean, I realized that you pounced on that point. I'm surprised you didn't pounce on the point that I immediately said, I like the idea of coming and influencing some people. Wow, look at all this loot.
Uh-huh.
My true aims were laid bare pretty quickly.
Yes. What I love was you saying during the last run, I think going out the left way was quicker, and I'm like, yeah, okay. How quickly it's turned.
Well, because this time there's only one. Well, no, there's a jury here. All right.
Yeah, there's going to be those two juries. Murder is it's like vehicular manslaughter.
Yeah, Maya's like, as someone guilty of murder that wasn't really wrong,
Hey.
I'd
Not
like to...
guilty. Wanted for.
Yes. It's true. That's something that we get, something that gets ground into editors. That you can't say that someone is a murderer unless they have been, like, even if someone, property destruction isn't wrong. It isn't. Yeah.
Nice. That's right. Like, they're wanted for something, they've been convicted of something, but unless they've actually said, I am a fucking murderer.
Oh no, if they've been convicted of murder, we can call them a murderer because...
That's right.
But
I mean,
if
it's beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes, even if there's like video footage of someone shooting another person, until they're found guilty of murder, all we can say is that they killed them. We can't say that it's murder.
Like, evidence strongly suggests.
It's like, this person killed this person. Murder is a separate crime that involves forethought and malice and whatever other stuff.
It's like, we don't know their intentions. That's for a jury to decide.
Wow. This particular Halls of Ultimate Judgment that we just went into was in Beamtun. I don't know why the Liberal Guardian is using Leet speak. Oh, you know what that must be? That must be, yeah, that's gotta be Andy.
Andy or Valeria, they're... Andy.
Andy's writing is only at a 3.
Listen, man, the font changes brought on in the game window cause unnecessary distortion to the Liberal Guardian.
It's true.
Where the truth is always free.
How many? 129 charges of harmful speech. You keep at it, Valeria. Alright. We're on a roll now. Let's go back to the AM radio station. Do one of those. We're on a roll, so let's derail all of our momentum and go back and do the thing we've done a million times.
Unfortunately, all this activism is taking place right after the elections.
It's true, but it's alright. We're picking some stuff up here.
That's what really matters.
Yep.
Those microphones and smartphones. Never mind that you're not losing money.
Well, I mean,
financially stable.
How are we ever going to afford that $200,000 anti-aircraft gun?
It would be easier for you to will gun rights back to an arch conservative.
Oh, let's bluff this radio personality. Man, radio personalities are even the mighty radio personalities. I mean, I figure they're ones that have like a higher wisdom and a lower heart, and would be harder to.
They qualify among the elite arch conservatives, like eminent scientists do. And one thing I did not woo you to last session was going to the nuclear power plant.
Yes, as much as you tried. Although I wasn't even as afraid of eminent scientists there as I was afraid of the soldiers that are guarding the armory inside of the nuclear power plant.
Can't see why those would be a problem.
All right, so tell you what, you're right. Let's the elections are over. We've done a little bit of work here. Let me go forward to stop evil. Let's go shopping and sell off this stuff. And then
Troublemaker's field trip.
Let's sell something. Oh darn it! And I didn't check to see who it was that gave me the. gave me the hot tip that if I just want to sell all of any one given thing, I just need to not put in an amount.
Yep, that usually
So,
works.
get you trinkets.
That's been wonky sometimes over the versions. Like I think maybe it was like clips and stuff, but
Oh, never mind. It's not. I will put in.
So remember whenever I said it's been wonky sometimes over the versions?
Yeah, that's fine. 54 laptops. So yeah, we hadn't actually done this in a while, had we? We had a backlog of stuff. There you go. Another 13 grand.
Wowzor.
Wowzor indeed. Now then, let's activate you guys. Well, let's first
The person who made that suggestion was MWK, who said when selling stuff, filling in no number defaults to selling all of something.
It's a good thought. Driving, wow, you have a driving skill of 10. I was going to have you go back to driver's ed, but no, I think with the driver's skill of 10, I should just have you teach driving to everybody now. So, Percival, why don't you teach everybody driving? Teach the liberals.
I don't want to teach. Mom.
Infiltration. And, let's see.
The nefarious covert ops action of driving.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's like that. It's like those CIA driving things and like those pit maneuvers that Lethal's always talking about. How to take out other cars. All right, Logan, do you have any amazing skills that we should have you teaching other people? Wait, who's our psychologist?
I think that's Enrique.
Yeah, I think you're right. Let's review real quick. Enrique, you are our psychologist, but you don't actually know that much about psychology. I think you've actually taught everybody as much psychology as you can. Yeah. Good job, Enrique.
He's like, I did my part.
You did your part indeed. I guess you need to start writing for the Liberal Guardian, Enrique.
He's like, I'll do my part.
All right, Enrique. Time for you to write for the Liberal Guardian. Now it's time for you to die. And if I want to learn more about psychology, I guess I should actually get one of the Smarties to go.
You could, or you could pick up a better psychologist. But at this point, might as well just have someone else go.
13, 15.
23.
Pretty much going to be Maya. Elmer wouldn't be a bad choice either. But what did I have? What else did I have Maya learning though? Because she
didn't you have her learning dodge?
I did have her learning dodge.
First aid.
First aid. She knows enough first aid. Time for her to start teaching first aid. Activate liberals, Maya.
She knows first through third aid.
Yes. Maya, start teaching.
Urban warfare.
Yes, urban warfare. And
you probably don't need to have Gaiola teaching fighting anymore.
Yeah, Gaiola here. Let's see, review Gaiola.
Have you considered a career in writing with 5 intelligence?
I mean, he could be a person that would learn. I mean, no, he's not a good choice to even go learn in the university district because his intelligence score is not going to mean he's going to pick stuff up. Even if it was just learning more martial arts or dodge or something.
I mean, those would default to their martial arts would relies not on intelligence but on agility. But even then, he's not too far from his max.
Yeah.
And his teaching will not get better unless he gets more intelligence.
All right, Gula. Let's have you start. I mean, let's have you start
writing. He's like, Okay, can I have like an op-ed piece, or maybe where I like teach people sports? Like, sort of.
Can I draw the political cartoon? Political cartoons take a great skill, folks. I'm not trying to belittle them, but just that maybe he's not going to be able to write words super well. Okay.
Maybe he can, but he just doesn't know how to convey his opinions effectively.
Actually, does Gaia have any?
Other redeeming qualities. You could have him sell drugs.
I could have him sell drugs. He doesn't have any street sense, though. No, he has a 1 in street sense.
Ezra didn't have. Ezra learned on the job, you may recall.
Yeah.
And this guy, if he gets accosted by police, it's not going to hurt that bad to lose Gaila if he can't escape.
Well, also, he's got a martial arts skill of 7. He could beat up a cop.
You could take that approach, too.
And he's got a dodge of 4. That's not bad.
But as noted, it won't hurt that bad to lose him.
Okay. Let's activate Gula. And why don't you... It wants him to steal credit card numbers. No, come on. Brownies. Special adult brownies. Oh, Elmer. Did I have you writing? I think I had him writing. Although he has the intelligence of 19, I should make him start to learn psychology. So why don't you go to the university?
Don't you have Maya doing that? Or is Maya learning something?
Maya's teaching first aid, yeah. Right. So let's... Other classes. Where is psych? Weaving?
That's right, underwater basket weaving.
The hell?
Well, that's for tailoring.
Oh. Okay.
I presume.
Also baseball.
Baseball. For clubs.
So you can learn, yeah, like... I really wish that there were one. Oh, police procedure. Is that how you learn security, or is that how you learn
I imagine that's
firearms?
How you learn... I don't know. That's not a category I know.
These are not categories I am familiar with. Also, buying drinks. What the hell is that a study in?
Seduction? I don't know. Oh, let me take a look.
Honestly, with Elmer is so well rounded, like it might just be worthwhile, like having him do a week of any of these classes and just find out what skills they teach.
Yes. Because police procedure can't be a law; it's like criminal law. So yeah, you just like do something for a week and see what changes. We'll do some hands-on research.
All right. Yeah, learn police procedure. I feel like that's going to be security. I'll take a look at what his security skill is, and then from there...
Well, let's take a look at his overarching skills. I'll screenshot it, and then we'll compare.
Okay, so let's... Elmer Glue, here are your skills. Oh, I just heard an alt print screen there.
It wasn't an alt print screen, just a flat print screen.
Just a flat print screen. Well, that's, yeah, I guess you only need the active window. Alright, so let's... This is taking a long time because I'm being very deliberate about it, and I apologize to anybody that is really irritated by that right now. You were writing, why don't you keep writing? Write for the Liberal Guardian. Courtney, were you writing? You have a reasonable writing skill. But is that what you were doing? You were going to learn... No, you were going to learn dodge, I want to say?
I'm now going to remove my eyes.
Courtney, were you learning dodge? Yes, you have a high dodge skill. You have a higher dodge skill than everybody else. You were learning dodge and then teaching dodge. This, I know. So yes. Why don't you, Courtney, go back to learning? Activate. D. Learn. Not buying drinks. Here, gymnastics. That's what it's called. And then Logan.
Logan.
You were writing, so why don't you keep doing that? The Liberal Guardian's gonna get better and better. Alright, so 9th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A week has gone by. How much better?
Why don't you cycle to Percival's page on the main screen instead of constantly going through here?
Alright, let's see here.
Press the number 0 and then tab.
0.
Or
Percival.
whoever you have. Elmer.
Elmer Lou. What do you know? Gula Adamson is accosted by police while selling brownies. He's got a police gang unit. Do I try and fight, or do I try and lose him? He's got good agility. But he's got good martial arts. Fight.
Yeah, except martial
He also
arts
has a...
doesn't help at all because you equip Gyla with a gun because, you know, that was going to happen in case you were assaulted.
It's true.
And so having him give up, he's just dead.
He's just dead. Well, nobody can carry him.
Reflect on your lack of skill.
I just
Good thing he had that gun.
I just lost a 45.
Really?
Damn it. All right. Now Elmer is okay. Let's look at did you learn anything?
Elmer has learned first aid, which is not what he was went to class to do because he's being taught that.
He's being taught that.
He's got some driving, which he is being taught. He's got some street sense. Maybe that's what police procedure teaches. Apparently that's a thing that could be taught these days. So,
I mean, that's cool, but I don't necessarily know that I'm gonna have him be out there selling drugs on the street. So,
yeah, if only Giola had been able to use his martial arts.
Yeah, that would have been way better. Would have been way better. All right, so Elmer, time for you to learn something different at school. Oh, Elmer, you are now...
You can just press the number 6 from that screen to go into a zoom in of his skills instead of going to active liberals.
Okay, let's go back out here. No, 6, zoom. You're right.
Yeah.
I forget that. Let's activate liberals. Thank you.
Elmer,
Elmer.
To have him study something else that we don't know.
Yes, let's see here. Is fencing? No. Other classes. Wait, you can study stealth.
I guess that's apparently a thing in this reality. So there's basketball, which throwing.
Yeah, thrown.
That's my best guess.
Thrown,
based on all
thrown things.
And then buying drinks, seduction.
Let's learn about buying drinks. Let's take a week and drink buying class. All right.
That's definitely seduction.
Great. I would like people to be more seductive. Why don't you keep taking seduction class? Next month. Let's use some of those corporate files that we got.
The Liberal Guardian runs a story featuring corporate files containing a memo. Terminate the pregnancy, I terminate you. The major networks and publications taking up and running for weeks. Bound to get the corporations a little riled up.
Congress is acting on legislation. It'll get passed and then vetoed. At least that should be a bulwark against anything backsliding, because nothing will get through the legislature.
That's right.
In the first place. So...
The only thing I could foresee is that pollution might go back to conservative, because it's moderate right now.
We are now losing a little bit of money.
You have plenty. The Supreme Court can make things backslide, of course.
That's true also. Merry Christmas, by the way.
Ho, ho, ho. And a Happy New Year.
I hope you like research files. I got you some.
The Liberal Guardian runs a story featuring research papers studying the effects of torture on cats. Merry fucking Christmas and a happy New Year. Major networks publications taking up and run.
Yes. Yeah, they act on legislation like every month. That does not
Yeah.
seem.
Yep, yeah. Isaac G has ensured that Congress does not sit on its thumb, I guess. Which, neat?
How did you get an extra point of disguise? Who is teaching disguise right now?
Probably the people who are teaching covert ops.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh-oh.
Anaheim, California. A group of worthless M16 toting hicks calling itself the Conservative Crime Squad ran on a rampage yesterday, according to the spokesperson for the police department. The events took place at the rehabilitation center.
No. Shit.
Finally, being faced with the backslide, the Conservative Crime Squad has emerged.
Shit, what do we do?
Conservative Crime Squad will take no prisoners, will fucking murder everyone.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm scared of them. Hell on
Speaking
Earth. Mutant animals escaped from a lab and killed 30 people. Ouch.
Maybe it's time, if you're just sitting here idle in your base, to put on police body armor and pray to whatever god you worship.
I suppose that's true, isn't it? We have 3 good police body armors.
You could, oh boy. You could also have the founder tailor up some more things if you needed to get her some more reams of cloth. If you don't have enough to transfer over to her, you can go get some more reams of cloth.
Oh, I think we've got plenty of cloth. Let's take a look. Yeah. And that fine cloth to the shelter. And Sally, you have maxed out your tailoring skill at 17. There should be nothing that you cannot master in terms of making us some sweet-ass clothes. Everything is simple.
Not everything.
I mean, heavy ceramic armor is kinda difficult. Wow.
Tailoring didn't teach me how to make shit out of ceramics.
Yeah. That is the best armor, though, right? It just has no stealth whatsoever.
So, heavy ceramic armor, it kind of depends on what you're looking for from the armor, but by and large, the most armor points would be on heavy ceramic armor. It's got 10 protection on the body, it's got 8 protection on the head, and it's got 4 out of the limbs. Like, obviously, like, bunker gear has, like all-around protection and some fire stuff, and obviously something like your steel stealth armor has value in
Stealthiness. Stealth.
Steel stealth armor completely covers your body and provides armor protection in the body and head, but not the limbs.
Mm-mm.
And also has a stealth value. But the heavy ceramic stuff, the most expensive, does have all limb protection and head and body, and just doesn't cover the body. Doesn't have like a body covering to hide you.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna try and make a couple. I don't necessarily have enough money to make shit tons.
It's good that she's doing first rate and she has the fine cloth on hand.
Yes.
You'll find out if she doesn't have like any more fine cloth, because
Oh, what happened to our money? Alright, I'm gonna make 3 because I also have 3 good pieces of police body armor. So I'll have to wait until our finances are in better shape to do anything more than that. Let's see here.
You'll have to transfer them over from the homeless shelter.
That's why they're not there.
Because she's in a better place now. She's making heavy body armor in the homeless shelter.
Nobody will suspect a thing.
No one.
All right, let's have her stop making that now and go back to making mind-blowing t-shirts. Now, that's done. Those should be here.
Who gets the best protection?
Oh, the guys up front, right?
Well, who of these 6 gets the best protection?
I always figured that the game operated like sort of your other sort of standard RPGs, and that the people that were listed at the top of your squad were in theory the people that were going to be the first to get targeted or the first to get hit by things. I guess I never had any evidence to back that up. I always just sort of assumed that was true.
In this reality, you can teach yourself police procedure and seduction through buying drinks. I have no idea what's real.
Alright. Let's give you heavy body armor and go back and give you guys good police body armor. There you go. Now we are still losing money at a very small rate. Oh no.
Conservative Crime Squad rampage at the Richard Dawkins Food Bank.
They've engaged in violence, theft, destruction, private property, and breaking and entering.
Now, it is a good thing for you to have people writing for the Liberal Guardian while the CCS is active, but that being said, like, they can sway the issues.
Yes. Alright. Because on top of everything else, now I'm not making enough money either. I will run out of cash at this rate. Unless I go back out there and start raising some trouble. Which...
Or maybe 2 people can't attend classes with another fighting and another teaching. Fighting in covert ops.
That's ridiculous. I don't know what you're talking about.
If only Gaiola were around, he'd be able to turn the tide.
I mean, yeah, that little bit of extra drug money would do it. But I had to send him out there with a 45. Okay.
Heal martial arts. For sure.
Alright, Elmer, how good are you at seduction now? You're better. Maybe I'm going to have to put you learning seduction on the back burner, though. You have a computer skill of 4. You're already wanted for murder, though, so it doesn't matter. I can go ahead and have you steal credit card numbers.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I mean, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's going to...
You've had several people steal credit card numbers at once.
Let's try some loot_corp files.
The Liberal Guardian not terminate the
That termination thing. Terminator X.
Slight political corruption? Nah.
Why would we do that? Oh, whoops. No, I don't need to equip you guys. I need to wait to see if we can turn the tide here. Financially. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This'll do it. CCS is rampaging again, though. Stop that.
Naughty.
AM radio files.
The Liberal Guardian runs a story featuring AM radio plans planning to drum up a false scandal about a liberal figure.
Yay. Reproductive freedom. It's good. How dare you guys.
It's good. It's a fucking field goal attempt.
It's good!
It's good.
Kaboom! Oh no, heat is up to 2% because of all this credit card theft we've done.
But it's necessary. That Evening Express latte stand got hit up. Nick Disney's used cars.
What are you guys even attempting to accomplish by, like, shooting up a used car shop?
If people just had the freedom to protect themselves. The Liberal Guardian runs a story with evidence of a conservative judge promising conservative rulings in exchange for appointment.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Hooray! Nope. Okay. So we're going to need to basically get another election cycle under our belts, or have an elite liberal amendment sort of crop up before we're actually going to be able to affect too much change. Let's see.
Well,
Brownies getting us $2,000. Credit card fraud getting us $3,000. Those T-shirt sales are only getting us $100. Come on.
That's not a surprise.
I mean, if that's true, I really should have her stop selling T-shirts. And
But she's impacting the issues. Soliciting donations in her clothes don't impact the issues.
no, but it does make her more
Impact your wallet.
charismatic and impact my wallet.
But you're not supposed to care about money.
I mean, I'd love to not care about money, but all right. So, do we have to crush the conservative crime squad, or do we just let them fester for a while? I don't know.
You never let the conservative crime squad fester unless you want some blood.
Well, doesn't crushing the conservative crime squad involve a lot of blood?
Well, you have to crush them anyway. You wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't be able to just disband the LCS and trust that the conservative crime squad's gonna go away magically.
Okay.
You've got to get rid of them. They are your diametric opposition.
But
Also, if you want someone to solicit donations, put them in an expensive dresser suit.
yeah, they would get more. But if I'm going to have people attempt to infiltrate the conservative crime squad, I'm going to have everybody dressed up in finery, right? Because
The easiest way to pick people out that don't belong, that would potentially be members of the conservative crime squad, is to do that at the gentleman's club. You're gonna need men.
I have a few good men. Let's see.
You'll need men at least to get your foot in the door. If you manage to put club security on your side, they'll let you in, no matter if you don't belong. But the gentleman's club is a place that cares about gender.
Let's
Well, you debate this issue. I'm going to get a glass of chocolate milk.
Oh, okay. It's delightful. Okay, so let's see. Logan, you could not go with us. Courtney could. We happen to have a very female-heavy squad. We have, well, no, I guess not female-heavy. Let's see, Percival and Elmer. Okay, so it's a 50-50 split. Which I'm fine with personally, but apparently the folks at the Gentleman's Club wouldn't be. What to do, what to do. Maya Riffle is teaching fighting. What is she? Oh, she's teaching first aid to everybody. Right. Makes sense. Nikki, you are, yeah. Wow, Pedro, you do not have a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Agility. I mean, we could send Ezra out. Ezra's got no agility either, though. And he's our amazing drug dealer that has maxed out his street sense at 9. Maybe I should be having him teach other people street sense. Although, again, what do we need it for? And that is the thing that's making us money right now. I mean, Percival the Dancer. That would be a thing. And he doesn't have a lot of strength or a lot of agility. He's only wanted for harmful speech. This psychologist. Come on, psychologist. What are you even doing here? Right, you're writing for the Liberal Guardian. Forgot. You are writing for the Liberal Guardian, right? What is your where on earth is your score? Writing score, there it is, yeah. Clearly losing my verbal skills right now, which is unfortunate. We haven't been at this. Well, I guess we've actually been at this for almost 2 hours. So maybe that is something. I wonder how the milk run is going right now. You know what? Rather than attack the Conservative Crime Squad right now, I will just go ahead and, well, let's let another month roll by and gain a few more skills. Whoa! Ha! I almost feel like I should wait for Grimith to return, but I don't want to be unfair to all of you four folks. CCS members have poured out of the truck and shot in the front doors. Well, piss.
What have you done?
I have come under attack is what I have done.
I come back up my staircase and I, like, as I'm putting down the drink, I shoot a glance at the monitor. CCS members, and I'm like, uh-oh.
They poured through the doors. Well then, I'm not gonna give up to these sons of bitches.
Nope, giving up, get your ass wrecked. Then it'll just be Sally, alone.
We'll have to start over, which, I mean, we could do. There's no waiting here either. I mean, this is not a siege. No. We pretty much just have to go fight these guys, right?
Yep. Hey, and you have that ceramic armor on.
I have ceramic armor. We've got reasonable unarmed skill. Let's see how this goes. Under attack.
You are about to engage Conservative forces in battle. You will find yourself in the Liberal safe house and it will be swarming with Conservative units. The LCS will be located far from the entrance of the safe house. It is your task to bring your squad out to safety or fight off the Conservatives within the perimeter. Either way you choose, any equipment from the safe house that's not held by a Liberal is scattered around the compound. Save what you can. Your squad, if it wasn't filled out to 6, is. If you got a larger pool, they're traveling behind the squad. You can press R to reorganize to resort people. Anyone who's not in the squad and has a gun can provide cover fire. Security cameras let you see enemies on the maps, and your traps will harass the enemy, but not the squad.
Okay. Let's take a look at this map. Oh, hey, bitches.
There's no enemy text due to how Bobo's enlarged the window. The red rectangles, or squares if you prefer.
I'm going to loot myself.
All squares are rectangles.
Alright. Oh, man.
Most of them have run into traps already.
Yet.
You're picking up your own loot.
Alright, hillbillies, rednecks, and country boys.
There's only 4 of them.
Fight!
One of the worst things that could happen, folks, is if you encounter 2 groups at once. If, like, say, you're moving on to, like, a trapped enemy group, as a healthy enemy group is moving on to that square as well.
We're not doing a lot of damage to these guys here so far. There we go. We killed the redneck.
Pedro in the background. Fucking Pedro.
There you go. Hit elite security. Valeria, do it. That's okay, Tabitha. He grappled Country Boy to death.
Pick up that loot. The loot is yours. Uh-oh. A CCS team leader and a mailman.
Oh, fuck. CCS team leaders have heavy body armor too, don't they?
I don't think they have ceramic, no.
Hmm.
I think it's only the top dogs in their safe houses who do.
Logan West gracefully strikes at Elite Security, but hits Elite Security's body to no effect. We're just bouncing off these guys.
However, all of them are so horrifically detained by your traps. They can't do anything. Oh, the CCS team leader jumped aside at the last moment. That son of a bitch.
Quit making stinkies in our in our base. We can't hurt this guy, however.
It will happen. It will eventually happen. You'll be derailed. It's only a matter of time. And hey, it trains people's skill up.
Yeah.
Eventually, at the top tiers of martial arts, you'll have like these armor-piercing strikes, which is how you could fucking
punch tanks to death.
Yeah, as you do. The conservative automatons have been driven back. Unfortunately, you will never be safe from this filth until the liberal agenda is realized.
Press C to continue liberally.
So our first raid didn't come from anyone else but the Conservative Crime Squad.
Let's take a look at what we got out of that. We got an A12 shotgun. We got a few more 44 Magnums. We got 3 AR-15s. This is a good haul. Got some damaged and bloody and damaged body armor, as well as some bloody and damaged clothing, and some clothing that's too bloody and damaged. 2BD.
Oh man,
Trench coats.
That's 2BD. Got heavy body armor that's badly damaged. Oh, I guess those CCS team leaders do have ceramic body armor.
Okay. I'm okay with this. So it looks like we've got some stuff to send over to get repaired over at the homeless shelter. This bloody and damaged body armor, these clothes that are too bloody and damaged. That heavy body armor, that would be handy. That's...
I like how you're sending the clothes to get repaired.
I mean, we may as well. There's no harm in it.
You're wasting Sally's time.
I mean, I suppose, in a sense, but Sally's not making that much doing these t-shirts. I know she's affecting opinions. However, let's have you... Let's see. Recruitment and acquisition, repair clothes. There you go. Now then, we've made some money. We have successfully fended off the Conservative Crime Squad, so that was nice. We can equip some of these folks, like Logan here. Well, not Logan. Never mind. Pedro? Yeah, you're just hanging out. Why did you stop shooting? Do you need more clips, buddy?
I didn't think he stopped shooting.
Maybe he didn't stop shooting. All right.
I'm pretty sure that he didn't stop shooting.
Well, if that's true...
Hey, actually, select Pedro again. I just noticed a dialogue there at the top. Pedro Ward made $6 yesterday.
Pedro, what?
It actually tells you like his soliciting donations got him $6 yesterday.
Wait,
That's something that didn't exist in the game. Like that, hey, like you go select people, like, and it tells you how much money they made in the day. If you don't feel like checking out the ledger.
Actually, that reminds me. I want to check. Murders here. Yeah.
That was entirely in your safe house from the Conservative Crime Squad.
Yep.
Nothing was reported.
It's not a crime if they don't find out. It's not a crime if we're just defending ourselves. We stood our ground. Alright, let's get back in here then. So Pedro. I should find something else for Pedro to do. Pedro, soliciting donations is lame. Alright, but first though, let's see. Tabitha, you've got a 9mm. Rosemary, you have a guitar, but you are attempting to sell music. I think you're already maxed out though, right? Yeah. So let's
Bobo,
have...
she made a whole $8 yesterday.
She made $8. No, it's true. She made $8. It's a good job that she did. However, I would like to wait, Rosemary. There you are. I would like to equip you instead of with a guitar. How about with an AR-15? That sound good to you? All right. Now then, why don't you? How much intelligence do you have? You have an intelligence of 9. You could also write for the Liberal Guardian.
We don't need people to earn money to the Liberal Guardian with the.
Well, I mean, we don't need people to make that amount of money. I mean, you might as well just have one person stealing credit card numbers at that rate, right? Like Pedro. Stop making $6.
He's like, I'd make more if I had a better bit of clothing on than a cheap suit.
A second-degree cheap suit.
A second.
You know, I bet you could, if you had a better suit, you could even double the amount of money you make. You could have made $12.
He's like, damn it would have increased my professionalism.
Let's also have you ride for the Liberal Guardian. Now this is going to tempt the fireman, which is going to be a whole other issue. But Ezra, yeah, why don't you have an AR-15? Rowan, let's get you an AR-15.
Are you going to take him off of playing music too?
I suppose I should. He's not that smart, though. I mean, I guess you can also write for the Liberal Guardian. You'll figure it out eventually. Percy. Oh, you're a part of the group. Never mind. You just don't have a lot of juice yet, because...
He's only got 350 or so. Or maybe, those juice numbers have changed.
Yeah. So let's... I know you have a gavel. But how would you like...
finally taking the gavel away. I championed for that last session. And allow Andy to keep his gavel.
How about you use this combat shotgun?
An AA-12 is like a gavel.
Yeah. Alright. That uses the rifle skill as well, right? There's not a separate shotgun skill.
Are you sure?
Well, I'm not sure, but that'll be something that I'll find out here in a little bit, I guess. Enrique, why don't you use a shotgun as well?
Now, I'm noticing you're not giving anyone ammo.
I don't have any clips.
Do you not? Did you just pick up their guns without clips?
Oh, look at all these clips.
Ah.
I thought I only picked up their guns. All right.
It's okay. If you just keep collecting guns, you'll just trade out the old guns for new guns.
I mean, I've certainly seen people play the game that way. Why don't you take a shotgun, and why don't you have some shotgun shells? Why don't you have 7 shotgun shells? And let me double check that shotguns are not a separate skill. I didn't think they were.
They are
but
beneath science.
no.
Yes.
Screw equipping you guys with shotguns. Then I'm gonna go back and give you guys handguns. That's a more
hell?
That's a more useful skill to have, Enrique.
Damn it, Bobo.
What? Now I suppose that's true. They can learn the ways of shotguns and then teach others. Andy, you can also get some shotgun shells. Have the other 7. And Percy was a part of the group already. Rowan is not, though. He gets an AR-15. So have some assault rifle mags. How many do we have here? Why don't you have 6? Nope. H6. There. And who else has one of those? Ezra, you have an assault rifle. Why don't you get
the hypest inventory management available to you anywhere?
That ammo doesn't fit. What, the AR-50? Okay, I guess I hit the wrong button. It's part of the process here. That's
the process. That's a proper noun, folks. The process.
The process, TM. Rosemary, you also have an AR-15. I'm just telling you what you have. All right. All those guys have things.
Just you wouldn't have to go through so many screens if you had everyone in a squad. That way you could quickly cycle their equipment in and out.
Yeah, I guess that's so. That'll be something to think about in future, I guess. Why don't you have 3 more mags? You already have 3 mags, so have more of them. I'm most of the way through it at this point, though. Are I not?
You're not done?
I gotta get Tabitha. I gotta get her some 9mm clips.
Ah, yes.
She'll be fine. She will get. She'll get 3. She doesn't have near as many, but that's okay. Well, I feel drunk with power having accomplished. Oh, Sally, you're tidying up the safe house. What about reorganizes the armor closet, cleans the kitchen, reads
You may
sewing
have
magazines.
to equip her with the clothes that you want her to fix, unless she's already fixed all of them. I'm pretty sure the repair clothing thing only functions on stuff that they're wearing. Repairs what little can be fixed of her body armor, so now it's 2nd grade.
Aw, it got too damaged. Alright, so this is different, but repairs her clothes. Here. Repairs clothes. Meanwhile, the CCS is on a rampage.
Oh, they haven't hit the pawn shop.
Well, they engaged in murder and violence. I have to admit, that would be a good place to hit up. Pawn shop. Heavy body armor. It's bloody and damaged. She cleaned it. Now she repaired it.
Yay!
Nicely done. Can you repair this 2-dimensional body armor?
She made it 3-dimensional.
Nope, it's always going to be
Well,
2.
well, she can't make it more than second rate, man. Like, if you could do that, then what would even be the point for having all those grades assigned to clothes? If you could just magically fix them into to Wonderland. Why do you even care about second-rate clothes? That, I think I'm angrier about that than anything. It irrationally bothers me.
Boy. Alright, so we got we did get a new suit of heavy body armor, though. Isn't that good news?
Don't you take away from the subject.
Alright. Let's send all of this stuff back to the pet shop. I'll leave that clothing there for her, in case she wants it. Actually, we've got another fair chunk of change. We could make some more body armor. How much body armor in total do we have?
4 suits of ceramic.
4 suits of good ceramic armor. Let's wait a day. You perused sewing magazines. Nikki, let's get you a nice set of heavy body armor for the next time they show up. Actually, how good are you at karate now? 6.24. So, a slight uptick. I should have one of you guys learning martial arts. 666. Percy, are you the one to do it? You don't have the highest agility. Actually, you do have the highest agility. Alright, Percival. Percival the dancer.
There's someone who has a max of 19 in martial arts.
Oh.
That's computers. That's computers for Elmer. Logan has the 9. Courtney has the 15. Maya has the 15. Nikki has the 15. I guess it is Percival.
Percy, what are you doing right now? You're teaching everybody else covert ops.
You had him teaching driving, I believe, to everyone.
That's true. You know what? That's cool. And I think it's nice that you are teaching other people driving, but why don't you go learn something? I think it would be nice if the next time they came around,
you knew Kung Fu.
We knew more Kung Fu. I like that I have a black belt here, and I'm not sending him out to learn Kung Fu.
No, you don't have a black belt.
Oh, that's right, because he was so bad at Kung Fu, he went out with a gun and got himself killed.
I mean, it's not his fault he went out with the gun. It's what he was told to do by the fly.
Yes. That was a fly failure. Okay. Damn. I'm starting to get a little bit unfocused here, so it may be a good time to wind out this month and then figure out what to do from here on out.
Okie dokie.
Let's wait another day. Oh, I should activate Sally Baker into doing something, though.
Instead of cleaning the kitchen.
Instead of cleaning the kitchen at the homeless shelter.
She's helping people. She's making a difference.
I don't know what augment a liberal what procure a wheelchair means. What?
Procure a wheelchair would be if someone needed a wheelchair.
Well, I'm trying to think of why people would need a wheelchair.
If their limbs get blown off. See, when you engage in regular combat with gun-toting conservatives, people can lose their limbs.
I suppose that's the thing. Why don't you engage in some activism? Why don't you... Actually, let's search opinion poll so we know what... I'll have to figure out something else for her to do, but I would also like to get a general idea of...
Okay.
Has the conservative crime squad ruined things yet? No. Not entirely.
But no one holds them in contempt.
No one holds them in contempt yet. They haven't been seen as suckers yet. which I guess we
There
got to
was one
figure out.
time the CCS was insulted by you, and it was before they even existed.
Yes. All right. Another day. We did even worse this time.
The margin for error is smaller. It's only 4 instead of 6.
All right. Having done that, why don't you, Sally, engage in liberal activism and write to newspapers? Build up your writing skill. You are not writing for the Liberal Guardian because you are not by the printing press, but one day you'll be able to do it. You'll be able to join. You'll be able to go where the big boys play.
In contempt.
Conservative federal judge Jason Shawcross has resigned in disgrace after being caught with a civil servant. Shawcross, who wants to defy the federal government by putting a Ten Commandments monument in the local federal building, was found with Caitlin Little last week in a hotel during a police sting operation. According to sources familiar with the particulars, when police broke into the hotel room, they saw the most perverse and spine-tingling debauchery imaginable, at least with only 2 people. Little reportedly offered the arresting officers money in exchange for their silence. Shawcross could not be reached for comment, although an aide stated that the judge would be going to a Bible retreat for a few weeks to make things right with Almighty Father. Okay, corporate files.
Delivered.
The Liberal Guardian runs a story featuring corporate files, the list of gay employees entitled hobo workers. The major networks and publications take it up and run it for weeks. Now to get the corporations a little riled up, like my throat.
The major networks and publications take it up and run. How uninspired this derogatory name is for these guys. Congress is acting on legislation, because when don't they?
Oh no, vetoed! Ah.
Oh, Vito's here. Okay, so, hey, we survived our first raid on our compound. That was the Conservative Crime Squad, and we got some guns out of it.
Over a year has passed in-game.
Yeah.
From February 1st, 2010 to May the 1st, 2011.
So, progress has happened.
It's not an election year, but the next election year will be the presidential one.
Yeah, that is going to be... We are going to have to come out proverbial guns blazing on that particular encounter.
Perhaps actual guns blazing.
Possibly. Right now, I'm content to have my guys punch a bunch, but once the backup guys have learned how to use their guns a little bit by firing them off, trying to pick off people in these raid situations, maybe I'll have them teach the actual going out there squads a little bit more about how to do things.
But how can they teach people? How can they get more skill if you're never raided?
Well, I mean, I just got raided, so...
Yes, one whole time.
Come on. You know that they're not going to give up after one failure of a raid.
I mean... Nope, that's it. I'm packing it in. You could go take the fight to their safe houses and take over those safe houses.
Well, then they're never going to come back if I crush them.
Well, you have to crush them 3 times. Maybe you only crush them twice.
Oh, I see.
Aha.
These are things that we might have to figure out. I tell you what I'm going to have to figure out is if I want to do something like that, I'm going to need more dudes. Because right now,
oh no,
my troublemaker squad is a 50-50 split, and the rest of the male characters that are hanging out in the base there, they all kind of have some flaws that would make for a good reason as to why they didn't make the main troublemaker unit.
I'm sure all of the teaching will have smoothed over those flaws for them to have joined you at the Gentleman's Club.
I mean, all of the teaching in the world can't get beyond them maybe only having an agility of 5 or something like that.
All they need is the like you're not even committing any crimes there, so they don't have to have disguise to blend in if you just have a polite conversation with some fast food workers and some yokels and hicks.
Oh. Well, when you put it that way, I don't even need a full squad. We're doing
That's
this
right.
as just we're just doing this as a kindly meandering in sort of an affair. It's not even
A fact-finding expedition.
Oh. Well, that sounds like it might be something to hold over until next time on, Liberal Crime Z. But
An enticing cliffhanger.
that's right. Good night.